Good morning. In this video, unlike the others, I'm going to actually I'm building up to doing some solo play, actual plays. And in this video, I'm going to uh, do a character creation for Ashen Stars, but with some of the tweaks that I've made to the system, just increasing the investigation points to make the solo character a bit more playable. Um, so this is Ashen Stars. Now, the amount of investigative points you get to build your character diminishes as the party size gets bigger. Now, uh, obviously, two characters here would have 72 points between them, 36 each. Um, you know, three characters would have a total of 84. Uh, Four characters have 96. You're talking sort of you know, up towards 100 or so for a party. Five characters there would have so 105 points. So we're really looking at 70 to 100 points for a competent party. I think personally that building a 70-point character would be a bit over the top. So what I'm working on for the playtesting here is 48 points to build a single character. What the other thing I have done here is I have created myself a little form fillable character sheet. So I've filled in my name there. The 48 points that I was just talking about, I've just put in here as a tally because as we spend them, I can reduce that down. There is a interesting mechanic in Ashen Stars which makes that point tally important. So we get we're giving 48 points to buy our investigative abilities. You also have general abilities, and the system gives you 75 points here to buy your general abilities. So building the character is all point buy, but the first half of the process is, well, the second half actually is the more interesting bit, and it builds in personal arcs. Why is your character adventuring? How does that interact with the main story? And then you have goals and drives and subplots. And these are an integral part of the character which feeds into the series, as a campaign is called. So the non-numbers, the actual interesting bit to play is built right into the character creation. But we're going to get stuck into the character creation now. Now, part of character creation is all to do with your roles. Now, you have a role on your ship, which is called warp side, and you have a role on the ground, which is ground side, and you can have some mixed roles. So the medical officer is equally important on ship and on the ground. Now, my character concept for my Ashen Stars character is kind of like this warrior monk type, rather kind of non-materialistic, self-sufficient. He has a small crew, but everything is all about him and his personal mission. His mentor was assassinated by person unknown. The trail led into the Bleed, which is the setting for Ashen Stars. This border area where law and order is breaking down. The utopian sort of almost Star Trek style Federation has fallen to pieces in the last 7 years. The Bleed is the area where, as authority has contracted back into the central areas, the Bleed is more lawless. Um, the characters in Ashen Stars, they're called lasers. They are almost like freelance law enforcers in this Bleed area. So my character is in the Bleed. Um, he's a rigid believer in the Combine, and Combinism is this sort of very pro-authority. He wants to rebuild this utopian you know, super state and exert the control back over the Bleed. Um, he believes if the Bleed wasn't so lawless, the assassin wouldn't have been able to flee there and flee justice. So he's hunting this assassin, whilst at the same time he wants to bring law back to the frontier. So on his ship, he is basically the captain, which is the strategic coordinator, the Stratco. He's in the captain's seat. The pilot and communications officers, he's got a small crew. They're called background PCs or NPCs. They're you bit parts. But what we're going to do, we've got 75 points here, and we're going to start buying some roles. And the first one is the Stratco, which gives him this little group of skills here. His second role, let's put those on the character sheet. So the Stratco here is going to give him athletics of 4, naval tactics of 6, scuffle, which is your hand-to-hand combat, that is 4, sense trouble is 4, and shoot, which is self-explanatory rather, is 4. So that's his warp side roll. His ground side roll, I'm going for security officer or chopper. We are going for the whole kind of sort of martial arts monk style aesthetic here, and we get some investigative abilities. Cop talk is being able to talk, talk shop with law enforcement, get their respect, that sort of thing. Interrogation, evidence collection, kinetics. These are all the investigative skills, and we get some more general skills. More, again, it's sort of there's a lot of doubling up here. So athletics, scuffling, sense troubleshooting, and surveillance. And they are all 4, and the investigative abilities are all 1. Now, as long as you've got a 1 in something, you can do it. So, under normal circumstances. So let's get these into the character sheet. So cop talk is 1, interrogation is 1, evidence collection is 1, kinetics is 1, athletics goes up by 4, giving us an 8 there. Scuffle goes up to 8. Sense trouble goes up to 8. Shooting goes up to 8, and surveillance is oh no, I've lost surveillance. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Surveillance is 4. So that gives me some skills here. Now the third role I want to take is medical officer. Now this is going to give me forensics, bullshit detector, biology, medic, and manipulation. So the forensic psychology was a 1. Uh, bullshit detection was 1. Um, biology is 1. Medic is over here. That's a 6. And the viral manipulation is 4. Now, I added all these up beforehand. So that leaves me, um, the investigative skills came to 36 points, leaving me 12. The general skills came to 68, leaving me 7. There is no need to spend all your points before you start play. You can actually wait until you're in a situation and think, actually, my character would have that skill. You can assign some of your points there and then, and you can then you use the ability. The other thing you can do is there's a mechanic called toll testing, and that's toll as in a toll road, toll bridge, where you make a skill test. If it isn't successful, you can pay the difference in points between uh, what was needed to succeed and what you rolled. You pay the toll. And this is one of the rules I like to use with Gumshoe, with Ashen Stars, is um, spending these unused points when I think that actually, this is a skill that my character would have. It's important to me at this point to succeed. So, I'll pay the toll to have the success, and it puts the success or failure in my character's control. It gives me greater agency. So my the character, the Ashen Stars, gives you a for the up here. You've got common names. So if we go to the human names, there's a whole list of common first names and last names, and you get them for every species um, in the game. So I've chosen my name, and it is Kal Yang. My drive is combinism because he wants to extend the Combine, this utopian empire that's uh, it's something I forgot here. I accounted for points, but when I was playing this character earlier, I wanted to spend an extra 4 points on athletics, and I wanted to spend 12 points on health. The athletics skill gives me a total of a hit threshold of 4, meaning someone attempting to hit me in scuffle needs to roll 4 or better on a d6 to hit. And damage comes off of my health. My species is human. My groundside role is chopper medic. and my warp side role is Stratco Medic. My personal arc is Vengeance, oops, Avenge Mentors nation by bringing the killer to justice. So that's, I may well bring in additional arcs here. What did I do in the war? Well, I served the Combine, the Navy. Now, you do have points to spend for enhancements, cybernetic, viral. I'm not spending them at the moment because my character is starting out purely human, no enhancements at all. But I am the story I'm imagining here. I can imagine that this becoming, as he becomes wounded, becoming slightly less human over his journey. So that's basically it. This character is ready to play. I've got some points left to expend during play. I can imagine building up these experience in Ashen Stars comes in the form of these points, roughly a successful investigation, an episode, a mission, if you like, will give you typically 2 points. So all of these skills are going to improve over time. But that is my character. You will see this character in some solo play videos and in the book. The solo rules I'm going to be putting out will be using Kal Yang as the example character. So this character sheet's just in Word. So that's it. This is the start of my solo play or solo roleplay actual plays. And that's it for today.